Okay, welcome America, welcome India, and welcome Selena Gomez to the live recording of Precalculus. We are going to do a few examples on conversions, unit conversions. So if you are trying to convert an angle from degrees to radians, we're going to do problems 3 and 6, then we're going to move on to, I don't know, get the number, but I've already picked it. And I really hope that my SEO score is optimized on this video. Maybe I will add some hashtags to do that. You're welcome. Okay, so let's start. Problem number 3. So we have this angle, it's in degrees and we need it in radians. Okay, and there are a lot of reasons why we might need the angle in radians, and we'll get to that. Okay, but first we gotta know how to convert it. Right now this is in degrees. So 600, actually before we start this, I had a really basic example of how to, let's start with how to multiply fractions. If we have 3/2 times 1/6, okay? Now I'm using really easy, basic numbers because I want you to see what's happening here. When we are multiplying two fractions, okay, you can multiply straight across right away. These are nice, easy numbers. 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 6 is 12, and then you can simplify the fraction, okay? But if you're dealing with really very large numbers, like we're about to deal with the 600, it's much more efficient, especially if you don't have a calculator, which you won't have, to simplify the fractions as much as you can first before you multiply across, and you're allowed to do that. So, starting over this problem, okay, we know if I simplify this at this point, I get 1, 3 is into 12, 4 times, so it's 1/4. If I look at this problem first, the numerator and the denominator, here's a 3, here's 6. 3 goes into 6 evenly. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. Now I have 1 times 1, 1, 2 times 2, 4. We're gonna try that with the 600 degrees. We're gonna simplify the fraction first and then multiply across. We don't have to deal with the 600. So, good enough. 600 degrees. Now, if we're trying to go from degrees to radians, this is in degrees, we want to put, when we write our special 1, which is our number that's equal to 1, that's going to change our problem's units from degrees to radians, we want to make sure our radians are in the numerator and our degrees are in the denominator. So we know that pi in radians is equal to 180 degrees. So this is essentially equal to 1. So we're not changing the value of our number here by multiplying it by something that's equal to 1. But now we have 180 degrees in our denominator, we have degrees in our numerator, and those are going to cancel. And so what we'll have left, degrees in the numerator, degrees in the denominator, cancel, what we'll have left is radians. Now, I'm not going to multiply across, because if I did right now, I'd have 600 pi over 180. Okay, but I can, at the very least, divide both of those numbers by 10, right? So before I start, I'm just going to divide these numbers by 10. Boom, boom, and then cancel the degrees. Now, what do I have left? I've got 60 pi over 18. I could have simplified it more, but started there. Okay, now all we've got to do is simplify that and we're done, and then we can move on to number 6. So we've got 60 pi over 18, and that's going to reduce to, I've got 10 pi over 3. 6, we know 6 goes into 60 and 6 goes into 18. So let's see, 6 goes into 60 10 times. And we've got 3 times 6 is 18. So that's 10 pi over 3. Simplified. Degrees to radians. Okay? Now, if we're going from radians to degrees, we would be multiplying by 180 over pi. All right, let's go to problem number 6. So now, I'm going to erase all this. And go to problem number 6. So we've got degrees again. So this is 225 times pi over 180. All right. These are numbers that we use in the gym every day. So if you're using plates at 45, you know these numbers like that, right? So we've got, how many times does 5 go into 225? That's going to be 45. 45 times 5 is 225, right? So that's going to go, I'm just going to simplify first in a different color. 45, and this is going to be 36. So I've got 45. Let's just start with that. So we've got 45 pi over 36. And now we can simplify that. 4 times 9 is 36, and 9 times 5 is 45, right? So 9 goes into both of those. Different color. So 9 divided by 9, we get 5. Divided by 9, we get 4. I'm getting 5 pi over 4. Checking my answer. Yes. 5 pi over 4. Now you don't have to divide, the way that I did those numbers. I just found it to be the easiest. Those are the numbers that came to my head first. And you're not going to have a calculator, so you just do what you can. Let's go to problem number. Actually, I'm going to stop the video.